Welcome to Crack Timeout, and I got a question. How come this says great buy 99 cents, but when I bought it from the Arab, he charged me $1.75? What's that all about? How come the Arab dude don't like you?
Taxes are You seen this thing? Tariffs?
I don't know where you're going with the tariffs one.
I don't know. I'm about to almost just get up and leave. That was just left.
You should try to tackle the tariff situation as Maniscalco voice.
I don't know if I can, dude. This is tough. Oh man, here we go.
Like China has a new thing where we charge them money, and then they take extra money. So now we have a problem with the Chinaman. Every Chinaman I know knows numbers. That's all I can give. That's all I can do. I don't know anything about
boats. That's all I got.
You think about boats right now. You are wearing sunglasses, and it's kind of pissing me off right now.
I look good, and you know
what I don't like about it is I can see myself in the sunglasses. That's what I don't like about it.
I've been telling myself this.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for a change. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna make one, man.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a vow to, be just a different guy.
Yeah.
I'm swinging a new shot. I'm taking a chance. I'm doing something different.
Facts. I see that, and it's not a bad look at all. I mean, you walked out. You're wearing a Run. What is that? Run DMC. What are you wearing? Rodman.
Rodman, man, Dennis,
Yeah.
best NBA player ever.
I mean, he's right third best in the team, which is pretty sick.
Come on, Dennis, one of the best. As far as look, when it comes to basketball, you get to a certain point, and then you're either LeBron or Jordan, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which you're not either one of those, so whatever. But as far as like a good time,
Yeah.
you definitely want to hang with Dennis before you hang with anyone
the
else.
stories of Dennis in Vegas, they rival HIPAA violations. Put it that way. The stories of Dennis in Vegas.
Man, I hate that too, though. I want to if it wasn't in my years, I don't want to hear about it. You know what I mean? Like, people are always like, oh, the 80s were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my, yeah, hey, fella, don't nobody believe that. We watched a couple movies. We've seen it, man. Your 80s, you was chilling. You was listening to bad music in your busted down car. You weren't having fun. Everyone's parents are always like, oh, the 80s so crazy. I was at this club. We were doing. No, you weren't. The cool people, they're dead now. Come on. The 80s.
The 80s when AIDS hit, though, had to be kind of crazy. You know?
I bet that made a lot of people really question, like, is this worth it?
What?
Like, they're just like, they're like heading to that club, you know what I mean? A certain club in town.
Oh, yeah, the gay club.
And they're like, well.
They still have those where you go down there, you catch HIV. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no,
I'm
they
joking.
got full medicine now you could take, where you
I
could
know.
just fully be, you could be out here just living however you want to live.
I knew a guy his boyfriend had AIDS.
Really?
Yeah, or maybe not AIDS, but HIV, and they were just like, "Yeah, we just be careful." And it's like,
Got to eat a bunch of spinach, bro. I'm good.
Popeye and shit, man. I'm chilling.
Isn't that that's basically what Dallas Buyers Club was about? It's just like, take a bunch of vitamins, man. You won't die.
I never watched it. Is that a good movie?
McConaughey, outstanding actor. I think we've covered enough McConaughey on this
Probably.
podcast.
Most
Everyone knows. Here at Crack Time Out, we're big fans. Matthew McConaughey. Hey, you ever want to be on the pod? Hit me up, dude. I would love to have you on. That'd be great.
We wouldn't say no.
But yeah, man. As far as McConaughey's performance in Dallas Buyers Club, phenomenal.
So he's like the first straight dude to get AIDS besides Magic Johnson? Is that what that's about, or just a random dude that got
Honestly,
AIDS?
I don't remember how he was diagnosed. I don't know if
he was banging hookers, right?
I want to say.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that like the transformation he went through with his body for that.
Is that so impressive? I'm skinny.
What do you mean? Is that so impressive?
I'm skinny.
But McConaughey's like a jack guy, so for him to look all like frail like that means you're actually putting yourself into like your health condition.
And is that so impressive? It's way more impressive
That's
to
bad. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Like you got to think this is a millionaire. This man's worth a whole lot, and he's still putting himself in such a bad physical position.
It's just way more impressive for a non-in-shape guy to get jacked than a jacked guy to get skinny. All you got to do is stop working out and stop eating so much. As far as impressiveness goes, in my
What
opinion.
do you mean? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Because then that would mean like, okay, so you're just very not impressive then.
Yes, I will agree with that.
You're just you're an average dude.
Tell me this.
What?
You see you and you see me and you go, now that's impressive. Looking at me. That's impressive.
Yeah, but you don't have to accept this the way you are. You don't have to just
My
be
point
like,
is, if you see a skinny guy and a jack guy, you're not going to go, wow, he really went there. It's like, no, that guy went there. That guy worked out.
you know what I love about that?
What?
Is like, Because you know what, like a nerdy guy might say is, I bet that guy's got like a degree or something. You know.
No, I don't.
It's like, can't see the degree, fella, but we can see them biceps, bitch. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you went full sorority girl there. I don't even know what just happened.
Oh, you don't know what just happened right there?
No, I feel like I was in an alternate reality.
I mean, like, all right, look. Okay, so so say you got like, we're talking maybe you see two people walking down you see me and you walking down the street.
Okay.
And I know you judgmental.
Okay.
So you going to be like, look at that short guy walking with that wish he was buff guy or something. You would say something along them lines.
So I see us, but it's not us.
It's not us, but it's
Okay.
a variation of us. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
And you're like, look at that,
Something.
short dude, and then you would say something about me, but then you would go back to say, oh, I bet the short guy at least went to college or something. And my whole thing is you can't see college, and I like that about biceps. Is all I'm saying.
If they have glasses
you can't
on,
see college,
you can see college,
but you can see triceps. You know what I'm saying, baby?
If I was walking on the street and I saw us walking on the street, I would go, man, who are those two gay dudes over there, man? Those guys suck. That's what I would think.
Yeah, and that's a good insight into your weird closeted personality.
Well, it's because you're wearing a shirt that their sleeves are cut off.
Nice.
And the hat is backwards for a team that you don't root for. You thought it was when you bought that hat. What is it? Show the hat. People the hat. What is the hat?
It's a Pirates hat, man.
But when you bought it, you thought it was. You did not think it was a Pirates. You thought it was something totally. You thought it was a Padres.
Look, I was going to San Diego. I was in a rush. I thought they were the same thing, and they're not. It is what it is.
And you're wearing glasses with like a mirror. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just because look, I've
you're
got
wearing black
a
cargo pants and
what I do for work.
Nikes to give you height. I don't know what's happening here. I would think this is a terrible outfit, and the guy next to him, he's just too skinny and he looks like a twink. What are they doing over there? That's what I would think.
And that's you talking about yourself.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, you accept this, and this is another thing. We've got a mountain we have to climb together, man. As friends, you've got to start taking care of yourself.
I've been going to the gym. I'll tell you what I did today. We went to the liquor store, and we're buying some drinks, and I almost bought myself a Calypso lemonade. And then Hunter goes, "What'd you say? You got to look at those grams, man."
I said, look how many grams of sugar in that can. And then he turned it around. What was in it?
53 grams.
53 grams. I don't know about you. Imagine 53 grams of anything. You wouldn't do...
Say it. 53 grams of cocaine.
If you had 53 grams of cocaine, you'd be like good for a while.
How much is that, you think? I can't even do grams.
That's a lot, man. It's like honestly, it would probably almost fill up this bottle.
That's insane.
I'm being serious.
Wow. That's how much sugar was in the Calypso lemonade.
And what I don't get is how did they get that down? How do they boil that down?
Small. It's very small.
But it's still a powder. It still comes in a powder form.
That's a good point.
Like 53 grams of sugar.
There's probably some science. We should do the science behind this. Well,
you know, if you just boil sugar, it turns into caramel.
So I'm drinking caramel then?
Well, I bet it's a boiled version of caramel that they mix into, or like I don't know.
It also could be it could also, when it says natural flavors, they put anything in there. Natural flavors could be come with what was it there?
They use little red bugs for red food dye.
Really?
Like a red little tick, almost what it looks like.
That's disgusting.
I'm sitting here like, come on, man, we're eating bugs I just don't get what was the point of doing that.
But I love green eggs and ham, man.
They're sitting around and they're like, damn, we got a whole lot of these little red bugs around. Let's,
I feel like red bugs be hard to find.
Let's put them in peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Exactly.
Smuckers.
Yeah. Strawberry jam.
Oh, man. Them little pockets are so good. You know what I'm talking about?
Uncrustables?
Oh.
I don't like Uncrustables. It's too much jelly for me. I take a bite and I feel like I'm tasting like, did I just get
You always do that. If there's a take, you just take the wrong take every time. Why do you do that?
I don't like gushers either. I don't like things gushing in my mouth. I don't know about you though. You know what I mean? Me personally though.
Jake doesn't like things gushing in his mouth. He hates
don't.
that.
I do hate that. I take a bite of Uncrustables. It's like the peanut butter stays in the sandwich and the jelly splats inside of my mouth. And I gotta, it's too sweet. It's too much sugar. Gushers, all it is you take a bite and it's sugary urine in my mouth.
Urine.
And I gotta act like the stuff outside tastes good. You like Gushers? Yeah, that's what I thought. Gushers aren't good.
Where are you at on?
I hate a jelly-filled donut too. I hate a jelly-filled donut. Go ahead.
Welcome to Hunter's Conspiracy Hour.
Okay.
We're gonna get weird.
Okay.
Space, real or fake?
Is space real?
I'm asking you. This is me asking you. This is Hunter's conspiracy. This ain't Jake's conspiracy.
I got this new thing. I'm like, is space real? Like, I've never been to space. Is space real?
Is space real? Real or fake? Just it's a yes or no.
Israel? Gaza?
Jays.
I went to Gaza and I was like, is space real? We got bombs over it. Anyway.
Are Jays in space?
I went to space and no Italians in space.
I saw like 9 yarmulkes.
How are you gonna say space real? I went up there. I couldn't even get a good calzone in space. How you know? That's what I mean. We played some batch went to space and there was like no Italian restaurant. I was like, no Italian.
Space real or fake?
Space is real. Space is real, Gaza, bro. Space is real. What the fuck? I was like, don't lock that door.
Did they fake any of the moon landing footage?
Any of it?
Did they fake any of it?
Like even a 1%?
Is there any fake video that the government put out of space?
I bet there was some pickups that were fake, like a transitional thing. But people on the moon, I think, is real. And what's your big thing? The flag wouldn't be waving, and they use a metal flag.
No,
they use a metal flag.
I've seen actual videos of them on wires on a set.
Brother man, where have you seen these actual videos?
We don't gotta. I can list the links in the comments below.
No,
but I don't know. What do you want me to do?
There's
videos of them just hanging there, man.
First of all, okay. Let's say the moon landing was fake, but is space real?
I don't know. Okay, so hear me out. I'm not even saying the moon landing is necessarily fake. I'm just saying I know for a fact they faked a lot of footage that you see today for that.
Okay, maybe.
They did that because we were in a Cold War with Russia, and Russia was doing the same exact thing.
Okay, so why wouldn't Russia call us out?
They did in their own government, and we did in our own government. There's a fucking whole video of a Russian astronaut on a rocket. You could see his face the whole time, and you could tell he never left. He never went anywhere, but he's like on a rocket, the whole time.
But how come Russia never was like, they faked the moon landing? Russia never claimed that.
Yes, they have.
They claim we faked the moon landing?
To their own citizens. They think we're all jokes. Yeah. Like a Russian citizen sitting around thinking like, oh, they're dumb over there.
Really? Because I've met Russians and they think we're cool as fuck.
They don't think that we went to the moon, and at least when we say we did.
So you think we went to the moon a second time?
I don't really know at this point. I think there's a lot of. This is my conspiracy hour. Don't try and derail me. I'm asking you the hard hitting question.
I told you we went to the moon. We went to space. Space is real. There probably are aliens somewhere.
You believe in aliens?
There are probably aliens somewhere. Somewhere. You don't think there's any aliens anywhere in the world? Zero alien activity? I went to the Italian aliens. I'm just gonna keep doing that.
I think there's a good chance it could be like angels and demons.
Do you know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah?
The cities? Yeah.
Do you know what's the story based on how you know it? Because I found out some stuff about it recently. It's crazy.
They were like
why did he kill Sodom and Gomorrah?
Because they were being too extreme on either side, right? Wasn't one side like holier than thou? The other side was like you could do whatever the hell you want.
I think that sounds about right. I don't know about Gomorrah.
One side was being punished for they were thinking that they were better than, and then one side was being punished for actually living in like complete.
That sounds about right. But
chaos.
I don't know for sure. I don't know about Gomorrah if I'm being for real. But Sodom, what I heard is that like two angels were sent down, and like the tradition when you got into Sodom is if you're a visitor, the city gets to come by and bang you in the butt. And so the angels took shelter in Lot's house, and then they were like, "Let's see your visitors." And they were like, Lot was like, "No, you can't. And like, we have to have him." They said, and Lot was like, "Have my daughters instead." And they were like, "We don't want the woman. We want the two angels. They want the two men." That's the truth. Look it up. I don't know if it's a true truth, but that's what I read.
That's what the Year One movie's about with Jack Black.
Is it actually?
Yeah, that's basically what.
I've never seen that. Is that what it's about?
I think that it is the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm pretty sure is what that movie is about.
Why is it called Year One and not BC? Year One is Jesus, bro. The fuck? That's why I hate people. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Jay suck, man.
I'm joking.
They always make it about themselves. Is Jack Black Jay?
No, Jack. Oh, is he Jay?
Jack Black might be a Jay. Michael Cera's definitely Jay.
Is Michael Cera in it?
Yeah, Michael Cera's is like
People say I look like Michael Cera, but Mexican.
Yeah, you have definitely a Sarah thing going on.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I'm probably a Jay, honestly.
I've been Sam. I bring you up as my favorite J.
You know what I'm saying?
I bring you on stage all the time. My favorite J, Jake Jones.
I'm a J at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I wish.
I know.
Not right now. But speaking of all that, I was wondering, if you could live in any like time period, and what would you be doing in that time period? You know what I mean? Like if you were in ancient Greece, would you be a philosopher? Would you be a warrior? If you were a Viking?
Are we just in Greece? Or are we Vikings?
Anywhere,
or anywhere?
bro. Anywhere in history. You could even be a Neanderthal going around. Like, what would you be? Where do you think you would fit best? You know what I mean? Don't say Western. I mean, you can say Western if you want. Because you feel like you think you'd be a cowboy or some shit. Like you stroking that beard like you Wyatt Earp or something. Or
Well,
like
I
you
definitely
Duck
have a
All Day.
cowboy vibe. I mean, everyone knows that about me. I will shoot you so fast. I will pull the gun out and just bang right there. So quick. I mean, I'm talking, as soon as I'm out of the holster, I'm already shooting my shot, and it's in your chin.
You're shooting your
before
foot
you
in
know.
that scenario. You're going
And
Cheddar Bob shooting himself in the leg with his own gun.
look, man, I've gotten practice with this. A wheel gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
how to do it.
Wait,
Now-
wait, what do they call it? What do they call the revolvers that you have to cock back? What do they call that?
What do you mean?
How many actions?
6-shooter, brother.
No, turn that ish off.
Amateur hour.
No, what do they not 6-shooter? What do they call that? What kind of action? What's the action? Like how many? Is it a single or is it a double? Single or double action?
Double action means. What are you asking me?
A revolver you have to cock back before you shoot. Is that single or double action?
That would be a double action. It has 2 spots. A single
Single
action revolver
action.
only has a. You don't know what you're talking about.
Single
with guns
action
at
you
all,
have
and
to
it's
revolve.
crazy to me.
Single action you have to cock the hammer back before you shoot.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. A double action revolver has you can use your trigger and a hammer on it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying for the single action you have to cock it back.
No, for the single action you just have to pull the trigger all the way. If you just pull the trigger all the way through, it'll also go back. How are you going to tell me about
single action revolver?
your experience
Okay,
with firearms
okay.
is nothing?
Okay.
You have no idea what you're talking
Single
about.
action revolvers definition requires a hammer to be manually cocked back before each shot.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was saying.
I
was saying you have to cock the hammer back before you shoot. It's single action.
No.
What-
You're still not understanding what
What
I'm
do you
saying.
okay? What are you
dog.
saying? My bad.
That is a double action revolver, dog. It had the ability to do both.
Double action.
That's what double comes from. If you have the ability to cock it back or pull the trigger, that is double action, right? If you only can do the one, that is single action. Now, I'm still under the impression though that on a single action revolver, you can just pull the trigger and that hammer will go back too.
No, because it's
You
a single
do
action.
you don't understand there that what you're talking about is being affected versus what is being affected.
But here's
is
what
two
here's
different
what I'm
things.
saying though. I'm saying a single action is a revolver where you have to
You
pull.
tried to make a point and try to like look smart or know something about a gun.
Can I
on
say
me,
something?
And you didn't.
I did though.
You looked at me and did like the whole head thing, and it didn't work.
Can
Don't know what
I
you're
ask you-
talking
can I-
about.
can
Go
I-
ahead.
Okay, without getting interrupted, please.
Go ahead.
Single action, how I think it means, and based on what I think this is what it's trying to say, is a revolver where you have to cock the hammer back and then you can shoot. You cannot just shoot. Double action is 2 actions, meaning you can shoot and it goes and you can cock back and shoot. That's what I'm saying. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what Google's saying.
No, you're still misinterpreting that.
What's a single action revolver requires a hammer be pulled back by hand before each shot, which also revolves a cylinder.
That's
This is the trigger with one single action performed.
So here's the thing.
Okay,
This
Google's
is-
wrong. I bet.
No. So this is what you being hung up on.
What?
That's in order to remove that's in order to rotate the revolving piece.
That's to shoot the gun.
That's what makes the double action though, is it'll rotate it for itself if you just pull the trigger. But I promise you, if you just pull that trigger on a single action, I have a single action revolver from
So do I.
hundreds
I
of
have a
years
44
ago.
Magnum from there.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, if you pull the trigger, it'll still pull the hammer back.
Okay,
I promise you.
okay, a cowboy
You're
gun
talking
is
about the
single
gun
action.
that spin as it'll also spin the wheel.
I'm not talking about the wheel. I'm talking to shoot a bullet out of a gun. You have to cock it back as a single action. You know, that's you agree with that, right? Then
No.
then I don't know what we're talking about.
Because you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, the differences between a single and a double action pistol. Single action means you have to pull the hammer back before you can fire every single time. Double action means you just have to pull the trigger. That's what I'm saying. Is he wrong?
I think so.
All right.
I don't think that you. I don't think that. I don't know. I think either I'm not understanding something or you're not understanding something.
Okay. Well, the people who don't watch will decide.
Because I think it has everything to do with the cylinder at that point.
I'm talking about firing
If the
gun.
cylinder's spinning, then I think that's what makes it a double action.
I'm not talking
If
about
you leave a revolver just sitting there
I know
with nothing going on with it, right?
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And I cock the hammer back.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
You can shoot.
What's going to happen to my revolver if I cock the hammer back? Any revolver. Okay,
It's gonna move.
Any
It's gonna
double
go-
action revolver, what's going to happen?
Any gun will.
No. Any double action revolver will move. A single action revolver, I think when you pull that hammer back, does not move the cylinder. Is what I'm trying to tell you. So what I'm saying is, I think the only thing that makes it a double action is the fact that it engages the cylinder. Because you can hold a single action revolver. I have a flint action, like a flint you loaded up, flint bullets into it. Is that old? All right, it's not a double action revolver. You can, from the trigger, pull the trigger, and it'll engage the hammer and make it still slam down. But it does not spin the wheel. Does that make sense?
I think if you have a revolver and you pull it back, it spins it every time.
That's a double action revolver.
I think it's single action as well.
No.
Okay, then we'll agree to disagree.
I don't know.
And we'll make this
I
a
could
clip.
be wrong.
We'll make this a clip and we'll let the people decide.
I still don't. I don't even think they'd be able to devise what we're even talking about at this point. I don't think that they would be able to surmise what we're even saying.
I think my whole point is that if you have to cock it back,
But I feel like you tried to make some grand point that
And
you
I was
couldn't
right.
even make.
my whole point was that
You didn't make the point. You didn't say.
I wasn't
anything.
trying to make a point. I was trying to see if you knew what a double action or a single action was, and then you got hung up on the cylinder movement, which no one's ever talking about, and I got hung up on the fire in the gun. And you try to make it like, well, I'm talking about a cylinder. And it's like, who ever talked about a cylinder?
Because I think that's what makes it a double action or a single action.
I just looked it up though. And that's not what it makes it. It makes it if you could shoot it, bro. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Both guns operate the same way that you're talking about, though.
No.
Okay, well then it would be a case by case basis on what firearm it is then, because every revolver I've ever touched, you can pull the trigger and it'll move the.
All right.
It'll move.
This is a single action. Let's watch the see. Let's see what he does. You know,
He's
we'll
just a classic revolver design.
do this after the podcast. I don't want to bore them. We'll watch it after the podcast. I don't want to bore them with that. You know what I mean?
I'm already bored now. You didn't threw me off with this whole revolver talk.
So what are you going to be, a cowboy or some shit?
I don't even know what we was talking about.
If you could be in any time period, what would you be doing right now?
I'd be here right now. I wouldn't be anywhere else.
You
Now
think-
is the best time to be alive. Yes,
You think so?
without a doubt, 100%. If you get cancer, you might win. You know what I mean? If you want to watch TV, you can right now. If you want to go in Las Vegas, honestly, I'd probably go back to like before COVID for real.
Oh,
If I could go back to before COVID, make sure no one ever had sex with that pangolin or let that, disease out of that lab, you know what I'm saying, in
You know what I
Wuhan,
mean?
China.
You know, uh-oh.
If they wouldn't have never done that and ruined everything and made everything weird. But I think right before COVID, life was great.
It was pretty all right, huh?
Right before COVID, everything was sick.
It's feeling pretty good, huh? Life.
I mean, things were semi-affordable. People were shaking and baking. I was having a blast.
You know what I mean?
Absolute blast.
Mm-hmm.
COVID did get weird, though. I lost my job. It changed my entire life. COVID 100% affected my entire life.
The world changed for sure too.
Kanye West couldn't even trend forever. You know what I mean?
He's still trending
Well,
for different reasons.
yeah, I mean, I go on Instagram the other day. This guy I know, he's like, "Oh, they're playing my favorite song in the Uber right now," and then it was Kanye's new song, and it was Kanye's new song, and he's like, he had it saved in his like favorites file. 'Cause, you can't like get the song; you have to save the song.
Oh, you did local
In, like, a
files.
file,
yeah,
yeah.
I'd done local files before. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty funny though, dude. And
That
that
is funny.
same guy actually posted like, "I hate all women," and then talking about it's honestly next post. Don't agree with this at all, but he did say this. He's like, "I don't even think it's that bad to hit women sometimes." He wrote that on an Instagram post, put that out there for the world to see. I'm like, bro. He's like at a bar, just a picture of a beer.
Oh yeah, I think it's about to hit him.
It's like it's not even that big of a deal. I'm like, damn, your mom must have got just beat up in front of you.
Probably. There are some jacked women out there that can take a punch. I mean, they did UFC or whatever. If you were dating a UFC woman, would you hit her?
Well, what do you mean?
If you're dating a UFC woman and she could take a hit.
I don't know. Like, okay, well, like domestic violence hitter or like sparring at the gym hitter.
So let's go sparring at the gym.
Sparring at the I'll spar with a girl. I don't care.
Would you actually?
I mean, sparring is you just you're jumping.
How about a
tap
fight?
'em up.
How about a fight? No spar, like a fight. You versus a woman, like for $100. That's rent. You know what I mean?
Okay. Me versus a woman for $100.
Yeah. All out.
What kind of woman? This does matter. Is this a woman in my weight class? Like,
In your weight class.
is she big? Because I feel like if she's bigger than me, then ultimately, like,
She
I might
okay.
lose.
I'm gonna throw some stuff at you. She is 5'6".
5'6". That's small.
How much do you weigh?
I am at least right now probably around 180 to 175. I'm somewhere.
Okay, she's 165. Okay, 165, 5'6", toned, no boobs, and she has all her teeth, and she's straight, and is a kid. But she wants that $100.
Any prior fighting experience or anything like that?
She sparred.
She sparred, but that's it.
She sparred, and she's trained a week for this.
Trained 1 week,
Just 1 week. You both have trained 1 week for this.
and I still walk in with who I am today.
You walk in with who you are today.
Can I be honest with
Go
you?
ahead.
I'm hitting her double leg takedown, spearing her football style, essentially. Taking her down, wrapping my head around, wrapping the arms around the neck. I'm not going to hit her one time. I'm just going to tight squeeze.
Okay, this is boxing, not UFC. This is boxing.
No. For $100, I'm not going to beat up a girl for $100.
$1,000.
No.
15,000.
$15,000 now. No, I mean, you're not gonna get me on camera saying I'm just gonna beat women for money, dude. No. Honestly, I would not hit a girl ever. But if there was like an MMA fight and you had to, but dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's women out there who will kick my head off.
I know. How about this? A 6'5" woman, 240, $10,000, and she's like Russian, lesbian, and she's
MMA fighter, all
no,
like
no,
tatted
no,
up.
no. Just she has some tats though, and she's missing some teeth. She's been hit before.
Oh man, Russian.
But
real Russian.
If you win, you get 10,000. If you lose $100.
See, I feel like in the public eye though, I don't necessarily look like the bad guy there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a little bit more all right to get into. Now, granted, I still have to step into that ring.
Yeah. And let's say
I don't know if I'm gonna have the courage to do that or not.
She's
I might
she's
fold.
6'5" and big though.
6'5" is huge.
I know. This is Cam
That's
Newton.
a
We're
big person.
talking about Cam Newton female.
Now, granted, probably slow,
Yeah.
fast twitch muscle on women. Just
She's
sorry,
a
it's
deep
not really
voice.
thing.
She's a deep voice too. It could be a transsexual for all you know.
I've got to show you this Craig Jones thing.
Okay,
Craig Jones. I know you don't know who this is. He's a jiu-jitsu player, but
player.
That's what they.
Really?
Yeah.
You call them
They're called
players?
Jiu-jitsu athletes. Well, yeah, you
Interesting.
didn't know that.
Player is weird. Sounds like a
You
football
should have.
team.
You honestly, your stature. You really should have went into jiu-jitsu.
I did
young.
taekwondo as a kid.
Not what you should have done. You should have went to jiu-jitsu young because you're like a smaller guy, and honestly, they have weight classes. You know.
Okay.
You could have probably done really well. You've been wrestling little boys.
I should have done jujitsu.
Oh man.
We'll go on. Craig Jones.
Craig Jones, man, he puts on jiu-jitsu events, and he put on a big one not too long ago, and he actually did a jiu-jitsu match with this professional girl, but she's huge. She's like very. I don't want to use the what's the right way. We're gonna put some pictures up of her for the podcast and the viewers at home, but she looks like Shrek's wife, essentially.
Fiona. Okay.
And you know, nice woman. He kissed her. He surprise kissed her.
Okay.
Which I thought, you know, we're still doing that.
Yeah.
You know, you're not allowed
Yeah.
to surprise kiss. That's called.
Maybe he thought she'd turn back into a human after.
No, he really did hit her with the surprise kiss though, and I'm
Mhm.
like, every time you see that move, you're like, oh yeah, this guy's European.
Yeah,
That's
oh yeah, that's European for sure.
European kiss, or like a lot of naked like humor. If you anyone I've ever like been around real naked humor, like public naked humor,
Oh yeah.
European.
Why are these Europeans all naked?
They love it. They love
Naked
it.
and hairy. Anyway, you're saying?
They'll whip it out, man.
Okay, yeah. What about it? Something about her fighting?
Oh well, no, yeah, man. They just got into they did a jiu-jitsu match against each other. It was
Oh,
sort of
for
this
real?
wole man versus girl thing, and
So if you did that, would you be able to do it if she's bigger, like way bigger than you and stuff like that?
that girl, he
Yeah.
would fucking kill me.
Oh really?
She'd rip my.
What if
arm
you
off
beat
my
her and
body.
then she cried afterwards?
Well, after I got done in the bathroom, I'd probably.
What you doing there? I jerk off after the fight. Post-fight jerk.
That's what I was insinuating.
What did you do Memorial Day?
Honestly, man, sat around. Me and my lady went to the beach.
Memorial Day or the day
on
before that?
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Went to
That's
the beach
right.
on Saturday. It was beautiful out there, man. Absolutely beautiful. Great day on the beach. Got a nice tan. Gonna say this to you. Me and my lady are set up. Okay, we're on the beach at 9:30.
Oh, nice.
Chilling.
Nice.
starting to warm up. 3 people walk up in front of us.
What race?
2 ladies and a chick. 2 ladies and a dude.
Okay,
all white.
I was like, okay, all white. Okay, these are from around here.
All oranges. Orange counties.
Yeah, of course.
Laguna locals, more than likely.
Yeah.
Dude walks up.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking yoked.
Okay.
Just
What race is he?
Baby, huh?
What race is he?
Just big white dude. Baseball player looking
Okay.
stud white dude. I'm just going to be honest.
You were intimidated a little bit.
I was looking at him like, you know what? Let me pop the top back on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me get rid of these tattoos, put the gut away.
And the girls, they were whatever, just in bikinis. And they walk up. They get set up right in front of us, right? Right in front of us.
Uh-oh.
One girl, they're all laying down now. One girl starts rubbing them up, rubbing the back. She's getting into it. They're like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Tay are like almost. Okay, I'll be honest. Me and Tay are commenting on bro's body. I'm not a closeted gay guy. I'm an actual out of the closet gay guy. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna comment and say, hey, guy's got pecs. It is what it is. I'll say it. I don't care.
Of course.
He's got pecs. So me and Tay are talking about that. They get up together and they go into the ocean. And they play for a little bit.
Play.
The girl stays out in the water. The guy comes back. He starts making out with the other one.
What?
Just macking on her.
Real.
Macking on her, playing little shoulder touches
Don't
and
touch me.
everything, dude. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is going on? What is happening here?
I thought that was your girl, but you're making out with this one.
Other girl comes back. He scoots over. She lays right in between them. Moochie, 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 kissy, kissy on the other one.
So he got 2 women set up.
And now me and Tay are looking at each other like, and you already know I had to hit her with the, well, fuck, I ain't doing something right. Shit, fire. You know, that was.
Man, that should be me out there.
And, yeah, man. So she didn't think that was funny at all. We got into a big fight about it. I actually had dropped the chips and dip after, too, so it was like a double
dip.
It was a really bad bit on top of.
Fuck, I got sand on my chips.
I dropped the guacamole, the whole thing.
Are you for real?
Yeah,
You be dropping shit recently. You dropped some shake, too?
You know,
Shake your hands.
shake your hands.
Yeah, when you're at the beach, though, and you get there early and you see all the Riverside people walking up, do you go, why is Riverside out here? Then you go, oh, wait, that's where I'm from.
I brought them with me.
You're like,
I mean,
they followed me a scent, man. They went, Riverside out here, man.
Just smell the cardiasada.
That's cool. Laguna Beach is so sick.
Laguna Beach is awesome. Can you believe that, though? Just out there on the beach, chilling, 2
Of
girlfriends.
course. I can totally see this.
This is like. Okay, so then
Were they
obviously
hot, the girls? Be so for
they
real.
weren't ugly. They were not ugly people at all. None of them were.
But
They were all very pretty.
Were they like, if you saw them with just one, would you be like, but if you saw them with, but it's because it's 2 is cool.
I think that the 2 played
I was
a
gonna
double.
say,
A huge factor.
I think the
into
2
it.
played a huge part in this.
Okay, but then this raises the question of, so then Tay, my girl looks over at me and hits me with the, well, is that really what you would want if you could make that work?
No. No way. Would you want that? What'd you say? I would say, I'd be like, no, I could barely handle 1 woman, bruh. Handle 2 now? You tripping on good kush. What? What'd you say when she said that?
So what I did was I had to hit her with this first. Are you painting this scenario for me that there are 2 perfect people in the world who wouldn't get jealous of each other and would just happily coexist and we could all just be one happy thing? Would I be mad at that?
Yes, I'd hate that.
I'm a human being. Hell no, I wouldn't be mad at that. Come on now. But the thing is that don't exist. That's not that's not
He's
real.
living it though.
But okay, today, but one of them girls gonna key his car in the next month.
Nope.
Let's be so, bro. That's not how that works. I'm
It
telling
is.
you, people who are involved in that kind of stuff, they can't just keep it in that. They'll get out of that, and then he gonna get mad. She gonna get mad. Somebody gonna get herpes.
Here's how
and
you
the
do
next
it.
thing you know, it's all
He
bad.
has to not mind if they fuck other dudes.
Yeah, but that's name a guy who's good with that.
Maybe he is.
No, there's not very many men who are just all right with their significant other being touched up like that.
But
Come
he
on.
has he'll be like, are you out? Okay, I'm gonna tag her up, and I bet he can go tag whoever he wants. Also, he got these 2 at home.
So it sounds like you've put some thought into this. Like you wouldn't mind living this lifestyle.
Would I hate that?
You wouldn't be able to do that.
No.
See you, and this just goes circles all the way back around to the whole backbone thing with you.
Why would I want to do with 2 women, bro?
I just feel like you just a pushover sometimes, man. You're just ready to give up before you even start the fight.
First of all, What fight? I don't want this.
I know what I'm saying. You gotta have. What do you want, man? Tell me what you want to do. Then you want to go to Niagara Falls? What are you trying to do?
I'd like to have just a woman at home.
What do you mean a woman at home?
Why I gotta have two? I don't know why I gotta have two.
Why not have 3 or 4 or 5? When you die
you know
Arab, you
what?
get 71.
I love my alone time. I don't need, now I gotta factor more time to other people. That's crazy. Imagine watching a movie with 2 girls at the same time. Does that sound nice to you?
Hey,
Yeah.
can you just do everyone a favor
Go
and
ahead.
just get your ribbons and just dance right out of the closet, my brother? Come on.
How is it? I don't understand how this is.
Just flare right out of the closet.
I know this is probably.
Prance out.
Hey, I know it's probably an
Woo!
unpopular take, but I don't see how this is so. What is the appeal? Is it just a different person to fuck? Is that all it is? Because it sounds like you want to hang on more women.
Imagine 2 people doing dishes around the house, 2 people doing all my laundry, 2 people cleaning up after me, taking my dog out on walks. That's just a better life.
What if you have one that does it all?
Mormons, they got 9 of them. All ugly.
Mormon life
It's a
sounds
whole stable.
terrible. Sounds terrible.
Oh my God, my girl's been on this Mormon show too. Ugh. Mormon wives, have you seen this? Is the new viral thing.
I've seen some of this. They seem like hot dumb bitches.
That's all that it is. It's just they love the drama. It seems like a lot of women shows are just really focused on
That's because they have to sell it. They're selling the women, dude.
Here's
how you sell the women. Drama with the girls. You know what I mean? You ever does your girlfriend ever have drama with the girls? How much does she want to talk about that? My girlfriend loves drama with the girls. All she wants to talk about is who's doing this, who's doing that, who's dating whose brother, who's having a kid, who's not having a kid.
Wow, who's pregnant?
Is that all they want to talk about? And then they got to watch TV, and it's like, that's all they want to talk about, too. Let me see what they're talking about. It's like how you will listen to doctors on Rogan.
That's not.
It's like, oh, they think I'm think.
You know
I
who
could've
I
went to that
really?
school.
You want to know who I really listen to? This is gonna be a judge. I'm gonna get judged for this.
Who?
I'm a Sam Tripoli head.
I don't know who that is.
Sam Tripoli fan, bro.
Who's Sam Tripoli?
He's a conspiracy comedian.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I know who he is.
Big fan of his, dude. I love his stuff.
That's dope.
Tim Full Hat.
I love
dog.
conspiracies. Conspiracies are fun. I don't really believe
I'm in the
them.
swarm, bro.
I like conspiracies like I like a good book. I don't read books much if I'm in for real, actually. Like I like a good movie. It's entertainment to me. I like to go like, oh, people think that? Like people think, like, I love watching those, like, creepy TikToks or Instagrams where there's, like, a weird background music and it's like, did you know what happened at this base in 1947?
Yeah, I feel like all this shit is so fake, though.
That's how I feel about all conspiracies, though. It's entertaining to me, though, but I don't believe any of it. I mean, I don't know.
and then it's like,
There's
bro,
probably some real ones, obviously, like Epstein's Island was real.
I feel like one day the internet's just all gonna be conspiracies and porn.
I went to Epstein's Island and I was like, it's not a conspiracy.
I feel like it's eventually just gonna get so devalued that it doesn't mean anything at all no more.
Conspiracies and porn?
That it's just gonna be like people just saying outlandish shit on whatever
all
app
it is,
there is to say
that's
that
all it
on,
already is.
and porn, and that's it.
Have you been on Twitter recently? It's all it is on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. It's all it is.
I feel like that's what all entertainment's eventually gonna boil down to.
No. There will always be something better than that.
You think so?
Music. You gonna listen to trash music? Could AI write a Kendrick Lamar song, let's say? A good one that makes you go crazy.
Today, no. But in
Exactly.
5, yeah.
No, because there's no thought behind. There's some lyrics from songs that are so good. There's no way AI could ever write it. Not even rhyme scheme. Just like how they're able to make like 3 words mean like a whole book. You know what I mean? That's what I don't think AI could ever do that. Like where like it means something because it's coming from a human with other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I could see that.
I could see AI writing a good joke, but could it write a good relatable joke to humans where you go, yeah, that's not a classic like, don't you hate traffic? And it's like,
I think today you're thinking about how it operates today. I don't think you're thinking about how it's going to operate in 4 years.
I don't think in 4 years it'll be. I think some stuff will be interesting, but I don't think it could ever replicate a human, a deep thinking human brain.
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Everything the humans have ever put out is on what?
Line. So
Yeah.
all AI will ever be is just a redo of other human thoughts.
But that's what I'm saying. So eventually, like,
So I'm saying it'll never have an original thought.
it'll learn how the patterns in which humans think in order to make thoughts. That's eventually what they're saying. Like that's
Maybe.
why it's gathering all that information from us. That's what it's doing.
Maybe. But until AI can create an iPhone for us, we'll see what happens.
I think have you seen what they're doing with the engine, the AI like video engines and stuff now?
Yeah.
They can do. They've already been making like whole short films. They're doing from
Are they
beginning
good,
to
though?
end. Yeah,
They're good. They're interesting. You watch it.
it's
You're like,
following
wow.
it's definitely followable enough. It's way better than what it used to be. It's not all like blurry background how it used to be. It's like
Yeah.
regular. Looks like you're walking around outside. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think it'll ever replace. It'll ever replace a good.
Couple years, my friend. Just a couple years.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm all about that. But on my Memorial Day though, just trying to get off the AI thing. I don't know. What do we say? Like it's gonna kill us?
No, I don't think it's gonna kill us. I don't think it's gonna be like
AI should be used to cure cancer and shit. That's what it should be used for.
I think it will be. It'll find ways to do that too.
That's what I'm saying. That's what AI should be used for. AI shouldn't be used for music or movies or stuff like that. Art.
But then you're sitting here looking at like the morality of things right now.
I'm not saying the morality of things. I'm saying no one's gonna listen to. You hear the new song by AI bot? Shit's fire.
Yeah, but no one's gonna. It's not gonna. Why would you say that? It's just gonna come out with this is DJ Trip the Lane, and this is his new song, Fed Up. And then there it is. That's gonna be the new trendy thing, and then no one will even know that he did that.
Yeah, but I don't like those songs, so that won't affect me.
You don't even know what you're. It's insane how close-minded you're being.
I'm just trying to say I don't think I'll ever fall for the. I don't know fall, but I'm not gonna like an AI DJ.